and welcome to this very quick run through on how to build your own pinhole camera. I've got hold of a cardboard box from one of these stores that sent goods to me, and all I've done is I've taken some black tape, and as you can see I've sealed it down the edges, made sure all the corners are kind of light tight, and to do that I've used some black tape, a pair of scissors, and just made sure that everything, every edge, every corner, every join is actually light tight. So there is my cardboard box. Any old kind of cardboard box will do, as long as you can seal it all the way around. For the next part of our little exercise, you're going to need a piece of plastic or tracing paper, something like this. You're going to need a couple of pens, a pencil and a ruler, and a good sharp pair of scissors. To help you with the sealing and locating of your piece of plastic, you'll also find masking tape really handy. So without much more ado, let's get cracking. The first thing you need to do is think about where you're going to put the hole for your to let the light into your camera. You have a few choices, and I've decided that for our particular camera we're going to use this side, and we're going to put our film on the back of our box just in here. Alternatively, you can have it on the long side, which you can have it here and here, and I've just been told that's probably the best place to put it, so that's where we'll put the hole. Put the hole on here and have our projection screen or our film on here. So first things first, how are you going to locate your hole? You take your piece of your box and you draw a diagonal across your box, something like this. So you take one of your pens and you draw a diagonal across your box, a little bit like this, and then you end up with a cross, something like that, and that gives you the middle of the face of that box. Then you take your sharp pencil and you punch a hole into your box about 2 or 3 millimeters across, no more than that, so you end up with a hole that looks something like that in the front of your camera. Now the next stage is how we're going to put our film or our projection screen on the back of our camera. So we're going to put our projection screen on here. To do that, we first need to make a few measurements. So turn your box up on its end, and using a pencil and your ruler you make a 1 centimeter lip on the back of your camera, and all that means is you make a couple of marks and then you join those two marks together. This mark is 1 centimeter away from the top edge, and you do that all the way around. This as well. Yes. That makes life a lot easier for us. Now this is probably the most tricky part of the whole thing. You now have to cut this area out so you can actually stick your projection screen on the back. To do this you need to use your scissors. Now you need to use your scissors in a fairly dangerous way, so if you're not sure how to do this, get an adult to do it for you. The key point here is punch through with one of the sharp points, then taking your scissors you, oops, I'm just going to stand for this, cut through the back on one side. Use it. And there you have your box with the back cut out, and you should be able to see the hole with the light coming through it at the other end. Okay, so now we're going to put our film on the back of here. Now, there are several materials you can use. I'm just going to use this opaque plastic because it's nice and convenient. But you can use tracing paper, or you can sometimes use clear plastic. To make sure you get a good fit, put your box down on top of your film, trace around it carefully. Come over here and trace around here as well. That's good. And then with your sharp scissors, cut that shape out of your film. It's better to have it too big than obviously too small. So just trim this last bit off here. Now, part of the reason I like using the plastic is because the plastic can be stretched to make it very, very flat when it's on the back of the box. So, here's our box. Here is our film, and that's going to rest on the back of our box, something like that. Okay? So, how do we secure it in place? This is where the masking tape comes in. Take a little piece of masking tape first and just stick it onto one edge, something like that, and then rest this on top of your box. You might have to get over the top to do this properly, and just get it to sit squarely on the box like that. Then take another piece of tape and you do the same on one of the sides. And all you're doing at the moment is just trying to hold it all in place, because in a minute you're going to try and stretch it. This is where our first stretch comes in. So we're going to tag it on the back of there, and you need to stretch it slightly that way. Okay. And then stick it down. And then the second one, to stretch, it's going to go on this side. Stick it down and gently stretch. And you should end up with your film stretched across the back like that. Now, to make sure that stays in place properly, get a long piece of your masking tape, stick it along the top edge, pull it down. That's good. And then when it comes to your corners, you want these corners to finish as neatly as you can. So what you do is you cut into the corner, a little bit like that. Fold that one around, that one down, and that way you get a nice finish. Same on the other side. Cut in, fold down, fold over. then we're going to do the same as that all the way around. So just bear with me for a few minutes. Just do this all the way around. Now remember, each time I'm putting this tape on, I'm trying to stretch that plastic as tight as I can without putting too many creases in it. Snip there, round it goes. Snip here, round that goes. Stick it on the film first, stretch it down, and stick. Looking good. Quick snip in there. Over the top. Quick snip in here. Press down over the top. And the final one. This is possibly the most important one. This is the last snip. It's going to allow you to put any kind of tension into your back film. So you just need to be a bit careful with this one. So that's looking good there. Looking good there. Pull this one down. Looking good there. Okay. So one last couple of snips. One there. In and in, and there you have your pinhole camera. Your pinhole at that end and your projection screen at the other end. Now the beauty of this is that virtually any box will do. The whole point is trying to make sure you get a light-proofed box to start with. Use some tape to seal it all, and you can end up with pinhole cameras that size, or this size, or this size. And they all work on the same principle. The hole in the front and this screen at the back. So, hope you have a great time trying to make your own pinhole cameras. And remember, one thing I would like you to bear in mind, never ever ever look directly at the sun using these cameras, because it only takes a small mistake and suddenly you find yourself looking straight at the sun with no protection at all. They're great for looking out of the window on a bright day, looking at the surroundings, and if you want to, you can put a hood over, so you can put your head inside a jacket and then put this over inside the jacket with the pinhole looking out of the jacket, and you'll basically produce a great big hood like they used to do in the old photography films and things, and you'll get a fantastic image on the back of your camera. One thing I would like you to bear in mind though, your image may look a little bit different to what you're expecting, and what I'd like you to do is explain why does your image look a bit odd. That's for you to find out, a little bit of research. Why does a pinhole camera image look a little bit odd? Okay, thanks for dropping in, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye for now.